Have you ever wondered which pandemics have brought humanity to its knees? From the earliest records of civilization, infectious diseases have ravaged societies, claiming lives and altering the course of history. Today, we embark on a journey through time to explore the deadliest pandemics of all time. We'll uncover their origins, the staggering number of lives they've claimed, and the heroic measures taken to combat these invisible enemies. Prepare yourself for a tale of survival, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of hope against the backdrop of despair. Before we start the video, make sure to subscribe to our channel to stay updated. The Plague of Justinian. Striking in the 6th century was a defining moment in human history, showcasing the destructive power of pandemics. This catastrophic event, named after the Byzantine Emperor Justinian I, who himself contracted the disease but survived, heralds as one of the earliest and most severe outbreaks of bubonic plague. Originating from the Egyptian port city of Pelusium in 541 AD, it rapidly spread throughout the Byzantine Empire, including its capital, Constantinople, which served as a commercial and political hub, facilitating the disease's dissemination across the Mediterranean. The outbreak was caused by Yersinia pestis, the same bacterium responsible for the Black Death centuries later. It reached Constantinople through the bustling grain trade, demonstrating how early interconnected trade routes could accelerate the spread of infectious diseases. The plague decimated the population, with estimates suggesting that at its peak, it was responsible for the deaths of 5,000 people per day in Constantinople alone, culminating in millions of deaths across Europe, Asia, and Africa. This led to a significant decline in the empire's population, with some estimates suggesting that up to 25 to 50% of the Mediterranean world's population perished. The impact of the plague of Justinian was profound, affecting not only the demographic and economic structures of the Byzantine Empire, but also its military and political dynamics. The empire's weakened state made it more vulnerable to external threats, leading to territorial losses and a diminished capacity to levy taxes, which further strained its resources. The plague also had long-term effects on European society, contributing to the eventual decline of the Byzantine Empire and altering the course of European history. This pandemic underscores the vulnerability of human societies to infectious diseases and the far-reaching consequences such outbreaks can have, not only on the immediate health of the population, but also on the socio-economic and political fabric of civilizations. The Plague of Justinian serves as a poignant reminder of the indelible impact that health crises can have on the course of human history, highlighting the importance of preparedness and resilience in the face of pandemic threats. The Black Death, 1347 to 1351. The Black Death, also known as the bubonic plague, is believed to have originated in Asia and traveled along the Silk Road, eventually reaching Europe, where it caused unprecedented destruction. Fleas on rats were the primary vectors, spreading the disease rapidly in cities with poor sanitation and crowded living conditions. The Black Death is estimated to have killed up to 200 million people, wiping out about 1/3 of Europe's population at the time. It shaped societies, economies, and religious beliefs, leading to significant social and economic upheaval. Quarantines, burning the possessions of the deceased, and mass burials were some of the measures taken to stem the spread of the disease. The concept of quarantine itself was formalized during this time, with ships being isolated before passengers could disembark. Imagine desolate streets with doctors marked by crosses, mass graves, and the haunting figures of plague doctors in their beaked masks symbolizing the desperate attempts at protection and cure. The Spanish flu, 1918 to 1919. The Spanish flu, an H1N1 influenza virus, is thought to have originated in birds, with the first cases reported in military camps in Europe during World War I. The movement of troops and poor living conditions in the trenches facilitated its spread. The Spanish flu infected about 1/3 of the world's population and claimed an estimated 50 million lives, making it one of the deadliest pandemics in history. It was particularly unusual because it killed many healthy adults, not just the young, old, or infirm. Public health interventions included isolation, quarantine, good personal hygiene, use of disinfectants, and limitation on public gatherings. However, these measures were often applied inconsistently due to the war. Crowded emergency hospitals, people wearing masks in public places, and the widespread mourning for lost ones vividly illustrate the pandemic's devastating impact. The HIV/AIDS epidemic, 1981 to present. HIV, the virus causing AIDS, is believed to have transferred to humans from chimpanzees in Central America in the early 20th century, but the epidemic officially began in the 1980s, it spread globally, affecting millions. Since its recognition, HIV/AIDS has claimed over 32 million lives. Despite advances in treatment, it remains a significant public health issue, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa. The response to HIV/AIDS has included extensive public health campaigns focusing on prevention, such as condom use, the development of antiretroviral therapy to manage the disease, and global efforts to provide access to treatment for all affected. Activism and unity symbolize the fight against HIV/AIDS. Images of red ribbons, candlelight vigils, and marches highlight the global solidarity in the battle against this ongoing epidemic. The Asian flu, 1957 to 1958. Emerging in East Asia, specifically in China, the Asian flu was caused by the H2N2 strain of the influenza virus. Its rapid spread was facilitated by modern transportation, affecting populations across the globe. The Asian flu pandemic resulted in approximately 1.1 million deaths worldwide. Its swift spread showcased the challenges of containing respiratory viruses in an increasingly connected world. The response included the development and distribution of a vaccine, which was rolled out remarkably quickly. Public health measures such as isolation of the sick, closures of schools, and the promotion of personal hygiene were also implemented to control the spread. The urgency of vaccine production facilities, public health posters encouraging hygiene, and the widespread use of masks in public spaces exemplify the global response to the Asian flu. The swine flu, H1N1 pandemic, 2009 to 2010. First identified in Mexico in April 2009, the H1N1 virus, also known as the swine flu, was a novel influenza virus. Its genetic material was a combination of bird, pig, and human flu viruses. The H1N1 pandemic infected an estimated 1.4 billion people worldwide and led to between 151,700 and 575,400 deaths. The real impact was difficult to quantify due to underreporting and the mild nature of many infections. A significant global vaccination effort was launched to combat the spread of H1N1, alongside public health campaigns promoting hand hygiene and respiratory etiquette. Schools and workplaces implemented new protocols for dealing with flu symptoms. Mass vaccination campaigns, empty classrooms and workplaces, and the common sight of hand sanitizer dispensers became the symbols of the fight against H1N1. The Ebola outbreak, 2014 to 2016. The first cases of the Ebola virus disease were recorded in Guinea in December 2013, marking the start of the outbreak in West Africa. It is thought that the virus spreads from person to person after entering people through wild animals. More than 11,000 people died as a result of the largest and most intricate Ebola outbreak since the virus was first identified in 1976. Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone accounted for the bulk of cases and fatalities. In reaction to the Ebola outbreak, stringent quarantine regulations, secure burial procedures, and the creation of Ebola treatment facilities were all put into place, along with the creation of an experimental vaccine that was applied in emergency situations. International assistance was essential in keeping the virus under control. The heartbreaking images of Ebola treatment units, health workers in protective suits, and communities in mourning captured the severe impact of the outbreak. The COVID-19 pandemic, 2019 to present. In December 2019, Wuhan, Hubei Province, China, reported the first detection of the new coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2, which is the cause of COVID-19. It soon became clear that the virus could propagate among people in a swift and effective manner. After COVID-19 spread over the world in a matter of months, the World Health Organization, WHO, declared it to be a pandemic in March 2020. The modern world's interconnection and ease of travel around the globe both contributed significantly to the virus's extraordinary speed. A family of coronaviruses that includes SARS-CoV-2 is responsible for infections ranging from the common cold to more serious conditions like severe acute respiratory syndrome, or SARS, and Middle East respiratory syndrome, MERS. Early genetic sequencing of the pandemic enabled quick development of diagnostic tools and sparked a global competition to produce potent vaccinations. Numerous public health initiatives were put in place by nations all over the world to slow the virus's spread. These included mask requirements, social distancing standards, hand hygiene promotion campaigns, and lockdowns, which varied from complete nationwide closures to more localized limitations. Reflecting on these pandemics, a pattern emerges. The initial outbreak followed by global spread, devastating impacts on populations, and eventually, the collective human effort to combat the invisible enemy. Each pandemic has forced humanity to adapt, innovate, and come together in ways previously unimaginable. The ultimate comparison of these deadly pandemics underscores the importance of preparedness, surveillance, and global cooperation in health. Investing in health systems, research, and public health infrastructure is crucial for early detection and response to future threats. International collaboration and sharing of information and resources can significantly mitigate the impacts of pandemics. While governments and institutions play a crucial role, individual actions, such as practicing good hygiene, staying informed, and supporting vaccination efforts, are vital in controlling the spread of diseases. Public awareness and education on these matters can save lives. As we've journeyed through the cataclysmic impacts of these pandemics, from the medieval streets of Europe to the modern battle against HIV/AIDS, it's clear that infectious diseases have been formidable adversaries. The resilience and ingenuity of humanity have been tested time and again, leading to advancements in public health and medicine. Stay with us as we continue to unveil the ultimate comparison of the deadliest pandemics of all time, providing insights into their origins, impacts, and the enduring struggle to safeguard our future. If you're intrigued by our journey through history and its lessons for today, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more enlightening content. Together, we can learn from the past to build a healthier, more resilient future.